Hello, dear students. We are continuing with lesson 8 Reach for the Top of Beehive, and we read a part of its first part, that is Santosh Yadav. Santosh Yadav is the only woman who has conquered the Mount Everest twice, and she was born in a society where the birth of a son was regarded as a blessing and a daughter was not welcome. But when her mother was expectant, a holy man gave her his blessings, presuming that she wanted a son. But the unborn child's grandmother told him that they did not want a son. The holy man was surprised. Notwithstanding this, the holy man blessed her. Santosh was born in Juniavas village in Haryana in a Sikh family, and she has five brothers. So let us start now. Santosh's parents were affluent landowners who could afford to send their children to the best schools, even to the country's capital, New Delhi, which was quite close by. So Santosh's parents, they were affluent landowners. They were rich, wealthy landowners, and they were able to send their children to the best schools, even in the country's capital, New Delhi, which was quite close to their house. But in line with the prevailing custom in the family, Santosh had to make to do with the local village school. But in line with, following, or in accordance with, according to the tradition of the village, a tradition of the family, you can say, Santosh has been sent to the local village school because her brothers, they might have gone to that school, so she had to go there. So she decided to fight the system in her own quiet way. When the right moment arrived, on this she decided that she would change this system, she would fight against this system, but whenever the right moment, right time will come. And the right moment came when she turned 16. At 16, most of the girls in her village used to get married. Santosh was also under pressure from her parents to do the same. And the right moment came when she was 16 years old, because in at 16 most of the girls in her village used to get married. But and Santosh parents, they were also pressurizing her to get married when she was 16 years old. A marriage as early as that was the last thing on her mind, was the last thing, mean least important thing. She was not at all interested in that. That was the last thing. If she would not have any option, then she would think of that. So she threatened her parents that she would never marry if she did not get a proper education. Now, she warned her parents, she threatened her parents that if she would not get proper education, then she would never get married. She left home and got herself enrolled in a school in Delhi. And after that, after 16, she got herself enrolled, she got herself registered in a school in Delhi for further study. She politely, okay, when her parents refused to pay for her education, she politely informed them on her plans to earn money by working part time to pay her school fees. And when her parents, they refused to pay her school fees, then she politely informed them, okay, if you're not going to pay my school fee, then I'll do work, I'll do part-time job and pay my school fees. She informed this to her parents. Her parents then agreed to pay for her education. Then her parents, they also agreed to pay her fees. Now, wishing always to study a bit more, and with her father slowly getting used to her urge for more education, Santosh passed the high school examination and went to Jaipur. Now she was, determined. She was curious to study more and more, and her father, he also became used to this. Now Santosh passed her high school examination and went to Jaipur for higher study. She joined Maharani College and got a room in Kasturba hostel. Now she took admission in Maharani College at Jaipur and got a room in Kasturba hostel. Santosh remembers Kasturba hostel faced the Rabli Hills, and she remembered that this school, or you can say that in front of that Kasturba hostel, there were Aravali Hills. I used to watch villagers from my room going up the hills and suddenly vanishing after a while. Now she is saying that she used to watch from her room. She was used to watch the villagers going up the hills and suddenly disappearing after a while. One day I decided to check it out myself. I found nobody except a few mountaineers. I asked if I could join them. So, when she decided to check where these villagers disappeared, she found no one but few mountaineers there, and she asked them if she could join them. And for to my pleasant surprise, they answered in the affirmative and motivated me to take to climbing. Now those mountaineers, they answered in the affirmative, mean they said yes, yes, of course you could join, and they also motivated her to take the climbing, to do climbing. Now then there was no looking back for this determined young girl, and after that she never looked back. She saved money and enrolled in a course at Uttarakashi's Nehru Institute of Mountaineering. Now she again got herself registered at Uttarakashi's Nehru Institute of Mountaineering. My college semester in Jaipur was to end in April, but it ended on the 19th of May. Even her college semester was going to end in the month of April, but maybe because of some other reasons, it ended on 19th of May, and I was supposed to be in Uttarakashi on the 21st, and she had to reach Uttarakashi on 21st May. So I did not go back home. Instead, I headed straight for the training. So instead of going home, because she was not having that much time, she went to Uttarakashi for her training. I had to write a letter of apology to my father, without whose permission I had got myself enrolled at Uttarakashi. And after that, she had to write an apology letter to her father, without whose permission she had got herself enrolled at Uttarakashi. So that's all for today. The rest we'll do later.